All right, well, time for another little update. As you can see, the engine is back in the car. Got both heads back. Both heads did have to be, or the other head, even though I was getting compression and the leak down was good on it, when he checked it, it still was not to the specs that he had wanted. So he did shave the intake valves on those also. So I sent my spare intake valves off that I bought that I didn't need to have him shave them all, since he shaved both heads to be the same, or both the intake valves on both heads to be the same, I should say. So that way, in case anything happens, they're already shaved and I can just drop them in. Interesting enough, I was able to, because he had kept saying that, you should be able to stick a feeler gauge, at 0.02 to 0.03 in between the rocker and the base of the cam lobe, and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, I just don't get how you can do that. Well, it turns out you can do that. One, if they're shaved a little bit, so they're in the proper spec. But second of all, if you bleed the excuse me, sorry, if you bleed the pieces down so that they're not fully, the lifters there, so they're not fully pumped up, and so they have a little bit of give in them, yes, you are able to do that, because I was able to do that. And it was okay. The exhaust ones are a little tight, but the intake ones, definitely you can get it in there. But that is because, like I said, those were bled down. The lifters were. And so that, I think, is the key and why it wasn't working forward, because I hadn't bled them down. So that was part of it. Did have some problems. That's why I didn't make a video last week when I was putting the timing cover on. The bottom two bolts that are right next to the oil pan, that are a little bit bigger, and you torque those down a little bit to a higher torque spec. The one, when I was tightening it up, all of a sudden the threads stripped on it, and I was like, great. So I end up, nobody in town had a insert. They all had Healy coils, and given the issues I had years back with when the place that messed up the heads, and took too much off in their valve job, they put a Healy coil in one of the spark plug spots instead of an insert, and it was great until the first time I took the spark plug out and the Healy coil came out and then wouldn't go back in again. So ever since then, I've not been a fan of Healy coils and wanted an actual insert. Nobody had one in town that was an M10 1.5, so I had to get a kit off of Amazon. Got it. And then I had some meetings and stuff this week, so I didn't get a chance to do anything till this weekend. And I did it, and it went fine. Was able to torque it down, was fine. Went to put it back, because the other side was fine, but when I went to put it back on the left-hand side, now that one stripped out. So thankfully the kit came with several, so I was able to torque that down, or put the insert in, and then it torqued down just fine, and everything is good. So was working on that. I got the other rockers in, and got pretty much everything good, and was putting the passenger side valve cover on, and the very front spot for the lower one here, when I was putting that down, that's only like 90 or 89 inch-pounds. It stripped out for some reason. I don't know if it's just because of having this thing apart so many times, back and forth over the last 6, 7, 8 years, that just more than normal, normally than you would, and the threads have just gotten a little bit weak, or I don't know if something got in them or something, but that one stripped out. So I had to order another kit, but thankfully it'll be here tomorrow. Excuse me, for that. So that was an M6. So hopefully I should be able to take care of that. But I decided, you know what, I can just take that. I should be able to do it with it in the car. Otherwise, worst case scenario, I can take that rocker, or sorry, that, God, why am I drawing a blank here? Those bolts actually screw into the cam. Jeez, just totally drawing a blank here. Gosh, sorry. but they screw into the cam bearing. Yeah, there you go, the cam bearing housing. And so I should just be able to take that. If I can't do it in there, get it really straight, I should be able to just pop that one off quick, do it, and then put it back on again. But I was able to get it back in. Had a few little issues, but was able to work around them. So I didn't get quite as far as I was hoping tonight. I was hoping to get it in and get the exhaust on, get everything torqued down with the transmission, and have the intake in too. But unfortunately, that kind of set me back, and then just some stuff like that. So didn't get quite as far as I wanted, but that's kind of where we're at. So my goal is I'm going to try really hard to get everything buttoned up and tested and ready to go this week, because I think we're going to get one more chance at some decent weather. It's supposed to be 60 on Saturday, but then it's going to turn cold into the 40s and stuff like that. So I'll probably get one more shot on Saturday if I can get it together and get it out and take it for a couple runs and maybe get a couple quick tuning pieces on it. And then that's going to be about it. The rest of it will have to be just kind of idle tuning, and maybe if we think it's decent enough, maybe try to take it to a local dyno and do some testing on there before next spring. But that's where we're at. Just kind of wanted to do a quick little update to let you know that's kind of where we're at, and hopefully making progress and getting closer. So thanks for watching. Bye.